Music goes up. Music comes down. Music goes up. Music goes down. Up, down. Up, down. Never before have I been so amused by sliders. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're having a look at a very different game, Oxygen Not Included. Developer Klei Entertainment. As people should probably be aware by this point, I really like Klei games. Oxygen Not Included was released May 18th, 2017. It's currently in early access, and it's not live yet, so I don't know when that's going to change or what kind of major changes are going to happen to the game. I just wanted to take time to kind of talk about Oxygen Not Included and just, give my experience with the game. Now, that being said, I'm in a weird situation in, this is one of the, I don't know if I should say one of the few games, but this is definitely a game that I play that I don't think I'm smart enough to play. There's a lot that goes into Oxygen Not Included. The game basically sets you start out the game as an underdog. It helps you kind of figure out the ropes, and then it's just like inevitable, you survive as long as you can until you lose, kind of thing. And that is really stressful to me because these duplicants or duplicants or whatever they're supposed to be called, these little people that run around here, I want to take care of them. I don't want them to die. And so as they slowly suffocate and die of hunger, it's just morbid. It makes me feel awful. I'm just like, I want to save you all. I want to keep you alive. So there's like real motivation to do it. But enough of the preliminary talk. Let's jump into a new game really quick so we can just explain the basics of the game. And again, I'm not going to give any real insightful, like, deep strategy talks. I'm going to try to give enough information that somebody could jump into the game and start playing it and figure it out for themselves. I'm not going to be able to help too much other than just a basic walkthrough of the gameplay so you know what you're getting yourself into, what you're looking for. Honestly, if there's even you have the slightest remote interest, I can already say check it out. I love Klei Entertainment. I love their game Don't Starve. That's the game that I probably am it's one of the games I'm most enthusiastic about, to be honest. And yeah, I love that they keep on developing different types of games, and I'm just going to gush over my favorite developer. Let's just jump into a new game. So you got custom and standard settings. If you want to try to make it easier for yourself, I suppose you can do that. And then you can do world generation, stress response. So they'll act out when they reach 100% stress. So I'm just going to proceed with standard game. Let's set that back there just in case that has some kind of feature there, which it won't. Sandbox mode. Sandbox mode is probably a good mode to play around in if you're trying to learn the game. But we're going to just jump into a game like I did oh so very long ago. I've had this game for a while, and it's been in early access for a while, but it's a good game. It is a good game. Alright, generates a world. And I have nothing to fill this space with right now. The story for the game, I guess, is just that you have ended up, I think you crash landed or something like that, and you've got some duplicants who you're trying to take care of and survive to get help and survive in this cold inner core world thing. I think that's the assumed story anyway. It's not really well fleshed out, but that's fine. That's not what this game is about. It's not about the story. It's about the gameplay and the complexity, and it's colony management. So I've actually watched a couple of videos on some beginner guide stuff to kind of cover, and actually I'm going to check really quick what that one was, because I looked up a specific guy's video, and I'm going to recommend it as well because I got to give credit to who credit is due. Let me load this up. All right, what was his name? So his name is Cryptic Fox. There are some really fantastic tutorials walking you through how to play this game. I hope I can do something good, but if you need more, check out tutorials and stuff like that. So there is some importance as to like traits and interests. So what you have here are your stats on your starting duplicants, and Cryptic Fox said the stuff to keep an eye on are stress response. Binge eater isn't that great. So like you want to keep an okay, so when the person's stressed, what's going to happen? So I don't know what ugly crier does, but one of the ones we want to avoid is this one. Destructive is really bad because then it'll destroy a building and then that building needs to be repaired. You want to keep an eye on the traits as well, so you know what you're getting yourself into with each duplicant. And so just mousing over these give you a bit of an idea, and it's pretty self-explanatory. These tend to be about relating to jobs. So cooking, digging, kindness. What is kindness? Medical skill. Okay, there you go. Ranching. I haven't done anything with ranching. I haven't survived long enough. Tinkering. Construction. That's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of construction going on. Creativity. That's used for painting and stuff like that. Decorations. It's a good one to have. Farming. I haven't. Again, you're going to quickly find out that I don't have nearly enough experience in this. You can also name your duplicants, which will make it even more painful when they die. So let's see here. Let's get a vomiter. I'm checking their vomiter. All right. Ooh, that's right. This is one. I think this one was one of the bad traits. Culinary arts. No, that's not it. There's a trait that's really bad that you want to avoid, and I think it was airbag, or people who breathe a lot, and people who I hear gastrophobia and I think fear of farts, but that's definitely not it. Narcoleptic is fine. Mouth breather, that's a bad one because they take up way too much oxygen, and as the name implies, oxygen not included. You want to make sure that you don't have anybody like that if you have any choice whatsoever. But I mean, later on in the game it might be okay. I don't know. I haven't survived long enough for these to know whether or not these really make that big of an effect or not. I'm just going to kind of go with, I'm just going to just shuffle all these, and destructive, I'm not going to do that. Yokel. Ugly crier, binge eater, no. We'll take another ugly crier, slow mover, yokel, twinkle toes, early bird, mole hands. Yeah, fine, we'll go with this one. Name your colony. Beautiful asteroid. What shall we name our colony? This colony shall be, hopefully it'll get better. All right, and let's name this one Katniss, and let's name this one Kirk, and this guy will be there. Reverse his name. All right, let's do this. So let's start the game. All right. New Hope. Alert! Your crew is awakened, stranded in a distant asteroid. Oddly, they can't recall how they got here. They need help to survive. They need help to survive, to find answers. So yeah, that's your story right there. Hi, welcome to the game. All right. Basic controls. Oh boy, where to start? Okay, so you have basic controls here, which this will give it. I'm going to go through it my explanation version, so we're not going to cover that at all. You move the camera around with good old-fashioned WASD. I'm using a keyboard and mouse. I don't know if this has controller support. It probably wouldn't be such a great time to try to play this with a controller. There's a lot that needs to be done. You right-click doesn't do anything. Right-click selects off stuff. Left click lets you select blocks, objects, duplicants, furniture. As you can see, clicking in an area, you can see, okay, if you mouse over, you got oxygen, and then over on the right, you have information about that. Do you see why I said I don't think I'm smart enough to play this game? There's a crazy amount of stuff that goes into this, and it goes into like chemistry and like physics, as lighter gases float to the surface, heavier gases float down. So if everyone's down here and everyone's breathing air, if there's not enough air being pumped in or converted, the carbon dioxide goes down here, the helium goes up here. And yes, there is helium and carbon dioxide in this game. So let's see here. What else can we talk about? Got the number keys. Number keys will bring out all of these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's no 13 key, just in case you're curious. 0, minus, equal. And then you don't have anything for shipping. That's not even bound to anything. So there you go. So that's the quick keys that if you need to get there. And as I said earlier, spacebar to pause and unpause. Time management is thus unpause or pause button. You can slow speed. You can click these as well. And you have tab that let you switch between these. You also have red alert, which will wake everyone up. I'm not going to press that. Well, there you go. Red alert. Everyone's awake now. Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh! E! Ah! Oh! They look so shocked. Sorry, I find this amusing. Then you have over here, and these ones, the only thing that I can contrast this to is it's like getting used to this won't help much of anybody. It's like getting used to software in general. So like learning keyboard shortcuts when editing videos in Adobe Premiere or working with any of the Adobe software. You just learn that G is what you hit for your dig tool, and then you click and drag, and that lets you select out an area. So the interesting thing about how this all works is you assign tasks, and then your duplicants will just automatically do them as time goes on. That's what that tutorial is explaining. So now we have sand. With having sand, now we can build tiles and ladders and storage compactors and an outhouse. Do we have enough for these things? I guess we do have enough for these things. There's one thing of stone. If you click that, it'll tell you what kind of material it is. It's sandstone. You have different things. So you have sandstone, algae. Whoops, let's not do that one. C is the cancel command, so I'm going to tell it to go away. I don't want to actually do that for algae. Algae is useful. Then again, no, maybe I could. I can do that. These are the ones you don't want to destroy. So if you see these early in the game, don't destroy these. They give off oxygen on their own. So that's kind of the buffer that helps your duplicants survive without any control over oxygen development for the first maybe 10 cycles, which are days, which you have in the top left corner. Okay, so anyone still with me after this? We're barely getting started on this stuff. Okay, so let's go over the basic stuff again. Spacebar to pause, unpause, WASD to move. You tell your duplicants to do stuff. They do stuff on their own. These are the commands that you have. These are the things that you can build. These are all the statty, nerdy stuff that you'll want when you get really good at the game, when you inevitably get better than me, because that is just how it's going to go. This is time manipulation, and this is just overall stats over how your colony is doing. Germs, stress, population. As you can see, they got stressed because... I thought they got stressed because I set them all to red alert. Yes. So if you look here, Kirk, who is a girl, Kirk has this red alert stress, and so that is a stressful thing for them to have happen. So that's why they've ended up getting stressed. Oh, this is a fun thing to show. So you'll notice there are different types of minerals, so you want to kind of have an eye of what you're looking for, where you're trying to dig. Also, the helpful tip that everybody gives you when you start oxygen not included is make sure that you have 4 tiles high. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is high enough. If you have it 3 high, it makes it very difficult for gases to travel through your base, which you don't want. You want it to be as aerodynamic as possible. You want to be able to control where gases are going and think scientifically. Use the scientific part of your brain. If you dig out pits, carbon dioxide will naturally find its way there, and you'll see in a farther developed game. So, where to go from here? Let's open this up, and let's do this. Which again, I'm still learning about features of this game, and let's do that, I guess. You want to have tiles on the ground. I thought that you wanted to have tiles because they were pretty, but you want tiles for sake of decoration. So, alright, let's hit the... Okay, so, number keys are for these. Then your letter keys, you have various letter keys that are going to be shortcuts for your commands. So like sweep, let's... Oh, we don't have anything to put the sweep in. Let's build something. Storage compactor right there. Let's build 2 of those. And then let's sweep all those into the storage compactors. Alright, pause. So, those are the 2 sets of commands. You have number keys down here, and you can see the tooltip is right there, so you can mouse over to figure out what you need to do. You got the number keys over here. And then you have these, the overlays. These are the F keys. So, F1, that's oxygen. F2, that's power. F3, it's temperature. F4, thermal control. F5, light. F6, plumbing. F7, ventilation. F8, I forgot which F I'm on, is decoration. So decoration helps your duplicants stay stress-free. Yeah. I'm not sure how else to elaborate on that. You want to try to make it as comfortable for your duplicants as possible while still maintaining like development within your colony, trying to get new science and stuff like that. If you have just a normal floor, you don't get any bonuses for decor, but having a tiled floor, I thought having a tiled floor was good for it. Cryptic Fox, did you lie to me? Anyway, I trust it's a good idea anyway. If nothing else, I think it looks pretty, and that is a good enough explanation for me. So, you kind of reach a point where you're like, alright, Atratzu, this is all fine and dandy. I'm so glad that you're explaining how to control the basic parts of this game. What direction am I supposed to go in? What am I trying to do? So, the goal that you're trying to do here, you're going to run into different phases of the game that you're going to have some problems. The first phase of the game, you're going to just like construct like your base of operations and start gathering materials and mining away at stuff. So, next, the thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try to look to ways to stabilize your oxygen and get food, which I wish I had better ways of recommending it, but I don't have very many good ways of recommending it. So, yeah, we'll walk through some of the basic stuff here. I wish I was better at getting food. The only option we have right now is the micro musher, and we need to have raw metal, which let's grab these raw metals. So these are raw metals. There we go. Temperature. Oh no, it's so cold. So we're gonna be in trouble here soon, probably. So let's grab a... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, perfect. Let's do this one before the water shows up. So currently they're really chilly. Not a good idea to do this to them, but it's early in the game, we can get away with it. Alright, now let's put one of you. So you have to get a generator to get power, okay? Pretty straightforward. You with me still? Next, we need to hook that power up to something. And my recommendation is going to be the micro musher. So we're going to need more of that. Let's go this way. And let's dig this way. And that way. Alright. So like I said, you're going to run into different parts of the game that... Oops, we got to set these. Okay, what did he say? Everything except waste. But we don't have waste right now, so let's drop that down. Ah! Okay, so we're going to need toilets pretty soon here. So let's make an outhouse. Where to put the outhouse? We want to put it in a place that it's not going to give the rest of our base much trouble. So I'm worried about this all flooding. Let's do that nonsense. Let's do this one as well. Why not? And let's build an outhouse. Let's put 2 of them there. And then we'll put beds up here, I suppose. So notice now the different pockets that we're digging into. So this one, full of oxygen. Very breathable oxygen. Over here, not so breathable oxygen. But, you know, you can see you got carbon dioxide coming off our duplicants. The carbon dioxide is making its way down. The oxygen is making its way back up. We're about to dig ourselves into some carbon dioxide pockets. That is going to make its way down here. Where'd you come from? I don't have anything to comment about these creatures. I do not know... I do not know much to say about them. I do know that there's like wrangling or ranching or something like that later on in the game. I don't know how you're supposed to do that at that point, but I do know that they eat stuff that's on the ground, so you don't want to leave your food out. Also, yeah, I don't know what the shine bug is either. I don't know much else what to say about it other than like it creates light, hangs around, looks adorable. I like it. And yeah, so you have notifications up here. Colony needs a food source. Because you only have a limited amount of food in here. We have nutrient bar. It's the best they're going to get. Alright, now we got to hook our power up to something. So let's go back to food, which we don't have enough raw materials for. Come on. Alright, let's get rid of that. Alright, let's set priority. This is one of the other things that I was tampering with. Priority that to 6. That to 6. Did we prioritize them all to 6? I want to prioritize that to 6 as well. There we go. So now they're going to prioritize doing that over anything else. Ugh. Get out of here. Priority 6. Stupid sandstone. Falling around and stuff. There's no oxygen up here. So if you're trying to make a tunnel like that, pro tip, make it bigger than what I did. I'm showing you what not to do. That's what we're going to go with. Get rid of that. It's another way to set it to 6. And food. You will masher it that way. And power. And let's see, can we reach? Perfect. So you have to wire it. You have to set it to that. Duplicants build it. And now, like said, I was predicting that it's going to make its way down here, and then it's going to go either to the right or the left, and it's going to make its way around here. Okay, so we now have a power source. Okay. And now we're building something to use that power on. After this is constructed, any second now. Now, as you can see, it needs power. And it needs something to do. So let's make a mush bar. We'll make 3. 3 mush bars. So the duplicate runs on this treadmill thing to generate electricity, so that another duplicate can run the controls on this. We don't have water for this, apparently. That is a problem. So let's put the pitcher here. If that's the route we'll go with. Ah, that's an awful idea. Do you have a better spot for water? There's a better spot for water. because you can see it has a pipe that goes down. So let's put you... put you there. Again, I'm not the best person to be taking advice from in this realm. Should I even put that there? I don't know if I should put that there. I'm going to put that there. Might be a bad idea. I'm sure someone in the comments will scream at me for being awful. How to fetch water. So at this point, there's no point in just waiting for this to happen. So let's press tab a couple times, and now they'll speed up. Also, you'll see that the oxygen, or oxalite, is slowly disappearing. Alright, let's ladder our way down. Okay, you can stop. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Don't even bother with that. So you have to manage it and be careful about how you're managing, because then you could be wasting your time. So you want to be careful about how you do it. And yeah, German disease, not German disease, germ and disease. Oh, there that goes. So now that's in the water. And I don't know what else really I would want to explain. Oh, I'm not doing a good job. Oh, they have to stand in the water. It's a bad idea. So don't do that. There you go. That's your tip. That's your tip of the day. Don't do that. There are things that you can do. That's one of the things you should not do. So let's jump forward in time. So you see we're at cycle 2. Let's jump to a different game, shall we? So, load. Hopefully it'll get better, cycle 2. What could possibly go wrong? So let's load this one. Where were we? Oh boy. Okay, what do we have here? So we had beds, we have people that are grimy with diarrhea and no food available, hungry. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job with that one. This bed's not usable because some stuff fell on it. These are floors that let air through them. You can see my air management. This is my decor. Not doing such a good job. No one's died, by the way. These are just built preemptively. Let's just play. So let's see what we're about to get ourselves into. Okay, so you kind of reach a point that you need to develop, and to develop you need to build these computers. So you have to have a research station and a supercomputer for 2 types of research. So you need the research lab to be able to get these blue ones, and the supercomputer to get the purple ones. So you, as you get advanced ones, you have to pick them up. And like you probably figured out now, it just continues to become more and more complex, bigger and bigger tiers of projects and stuff that you're trying to work on to manage. You have different ways of generating oxygen, be it the algae terrarium, which converts, well, removes, let's read it exactly. Consumes algae to produce oxygen and removes some carbon dioxide. It gains efficiency when it's in direct sunlight. So I should put like some light over here, and that would help out. And you have other ways of taking care of that. Carbon skimmer, electrolyzer. There are people that give better explanations for what better ways to manage your oxygen. The problem is you're going to eventually run out of resources. So you have a limited amount of resources here. So once you run out of resources here, and as time goes on, you get sent more duplicants. Once you run out of resources here, what are you going to do? So you have to dig into one of the surrounding biomes here, and I've never survived long enough to get into any other biome. So I've got no idea what it's like to be in any of these. Well, it's not quite true. I did dig into this toxic one before there were like puffer fishes and stuff, because it had tons of algae, and I was like, algae, perfect, I'll be able to use that. Well, once I dug into it, the polluted oxygen like spread all the way through my base, and I wasn't sure what to do. I panicked, and all of my duplicants like died from lack of food, and the whole game just went to hell. There's no other explanation. Like I said, I don't think I'm smart enough to play this game. I've done my best. It's a fantastic game. I love what Klei Entertainment has done with it. I'm sure it will progress into an even better game. Maybe I need to sit down and play sandbox mode for a long time, or maybe I need to put on my Atratzu scientist hat. But yeah, no. Hopefully, if you have taken an interest to this, you will check it out for yourself. Give it a shot. I think it's definitely worth it. If you can play this type of game, you will impress all of your friends and everybody else that can't play it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll probably be a little bit more confident and won't be shooting myself down as a non-expert, but just it's not good for demonstrating anything to be like, I'm gonna shoot down my ideas here, but I gotta be honest. I can't lie about it. I don't want someone to be checking out my video and being like, you're the worst. You didn't do it exactly this way. And I'm just like, yes, you're right, I didn't do it this way. I don't know what I'm doing. If you got tips, that would be great. But yeah, nah. I'll probably come back to this game eventually, or it just makes me miss Don't Starve. Klei makes such adorable like animations. Look at this guy. He's starving and he looks adorable.